everyone, it is Susie, and I hope everybody is doing fantastic. I have a real fun share. I wanted to use some of my Your Creative Studio pieces that I got in the September box. If you didn't see the unboxing on that, it is just a few videos down. If you'll just go to my channel and click on videos, you'll see the September unboxing of the Your Creative Studio. And anyway, I wanted to use some of the pieces that came in it, and that is exactly what I did in this journal. Now this journal here may look familiar because I really did one with basically kind of the same cover several months back. It was inspired by Sharon Horace there in the Somerset studio, and I had made several different versions. Some of it was really slender, and then I had the chunky. Well, this is the chunky one, and this one is a little different still yet from the last one that I had made, but it was inspired by Sharon and her slender art journal in the Somerset studio. Now I don't remember the issue of that, anyway, but it has been several months back. And so I wanted to use the Your Creative Studio pieces in this because the September box was fantastic. Loved everything in it because I could collage a lot of it, and I love to collage. So when I get those Amanda's boxes, that's the first thing that my mind goes is, how can I use that in a collage? So I just want to show you there are several things that I've used, and some of them are even things from the subscription boxes in the past. So I have used a lot of different things. But this is the journal. This is just the accordion fold chunky journal. And like I said, I had made this before. I did use the big letters to stamp, you know, the different numbers at the top. I used some old vintage time cards there. I did use some wings, and all I had left was 3 wings, and they weren't exactly like the wings that I had on the past chunky journal. So, but these are the wings that got put in there. They're all I had that were crocheted. And then I actually bought, this was called Mica Sheets, I believe. Now I did add a little caramel stain to them. I picked these up at Red Lead a couple of months ago, and I've just now used them, but I love it. I don't know, the layers just keep peeling off and peeling off. I don't have a piece to show you just right offhand, but then I took a little caramel stain and I did stain them. So this is what this is right here, is some of this Mica sheets that I had bought from redlead.com. So here I've just used, you know, some of the fun stitching, an old time flashcard, I mean. And then this is the same guy that I had used on the previous one. A little Tim Holtz here and here. So coffee stain, of course, my fabric there. It's just kind of like a little linen fabric is what it is. And let's get in and see what I have done. So this is part of those little strips that came in the September subscription box, and also some of the flowers. Now I don't know if, I think you can see the little sticker flowers there. I actually added those on there as well, and of course another little paper doll. Paper dolls are my favorite. They are my absolute, I can't tell you how many paper dolls that I have because I have bought so many. And anyway, I love paper dolls. You can put them in anything and they work. I mean, I just love my paper dolls. So here, I actually was at the Lake of the Ozark. They have a really cute, fun antique shop down there. And I actually found some of these mandolin strings. And I opened up the box, and I love the packaging so much. I actually bought it because of the packaging of the strings. So this is what this is right here. This is just a glassine, and I have ripped off the top of it to make a pocket out of it. But it is actually just a vintage. It was already discolored like that. Loved, loved, loved it. So I picked it up just for that reason. and I just made it a little pocket. You have to kind of be easy with it because it is a little fragile, but it is super cute. So I don't know, I ordered that box of, I picked up that box of strings, and I don't know, there's probably seven glassines in there, with the strings in it, of course, but anyway, I bought it. My purpose of buying it was for the packaging because I just loved it. So that is where that came from. And these, I have just tore some of the pages. I didn't tear them all. Again, I did not fill these full in between, these little signatures, for the simple fact they get too chunky, and your book just keeps it growing and growing, especially if you plan on adding more to it. So, little decorative stitch there, and then some torn paper. Here's a little fun collage. Now this is what came out of the September box. I just sprayed a little of the Distress ink in the, is it Vintage Photo? No, whatever the lightest one is. Whatever that lightest spray is, that's what I sprayed that in. I think the Vintage Photo is a little darker, and then you got your walnut. But it's the lighter one, so. And here's a little bit of that mica sheet right there. And then, of course, my paper dolls, little cheesecloth. And just, these were the little vellum pieces that look like little postage stamps here. And that's what I used there. And then here is another little collage here. This is actually some of the collage I used on my mail art. I went in on my alphabet challenge, and I had a lot of pieces in there, and I did stick a lot of those pieces in collages in this journal. I never did complete the alphabet challenge. I know, right? I think I had 3 letters left. Probably isn't going to happen. But anyway, I didn't get it all completed. But here is some of the sticker there. That's from the subscription box. Here's a little piece from the subscription box as well. Some of these, I believe, are from maybe the boxes in the past there that I have used to collage that. And, of course, Tim Holtz is the bird. And then I've got another set of wings here. These are kind of like the wings that I had in the previous one. Here is another little sunflower, and I do have some new things in the shop that I want to show you in the end. This is one of them. This is a Grunge Sunflower. So now I have the Sunburst Sunflowers, which have the little tips a lighter. I have just the regular sunflower, which is kind of a yellow. The Sunburst is more an orange, and these are a faded. Just a faded sunflower. I'll go ahead and show you those. I have the package setting here. So we have called these the Grunge Sunflowers, and they are absolutely fantastic for this kind of grungy journal, because they're all faded. They're just faded, and they're just gorgeous. I think I used a couple of them in here. But these are Grunge Sunflowers, and they are just faded, just a faded and grungy looking, so that nothing is real bright and all. Here are some more of the pieces that I received in my subscription box right here. These are some of those strips. And this was actually one of my alphabet challenge pieces here. This was a tea bag, a round tea bag. And I just clipped it on or stapled it on the page. Made it kind of fun. And then there's just some of that crinkled paper with a decorative stitch on it. I also sprayed my pages here with some of the, I believe it's linen distress ink, I think is what that is. Just that lighter distress ink. And there's, of course, my fancy stitching. Here's another little piece of that came in the Your Creative Studio box, and I just collaged it with a little crinkly paper and a Tim Holtz butterfly. Here is just a little I believe this was also my alphabet challenge, one of the little projects there, and I have just included it here in this little chunky journal. Oops. Well, there we go. And then here is another piece out of the Your Creative Studio box. I just stapled that little piece to the page. And then here is one of my little mini CD sleeves. Those are in the shop. And here is just a little booklet here. This is just made out of a little guest check. Is what that is, kind of from the Ruby Doo Motor Hotel Pony Barn. But anyway, that's a little vintage. I believe I got that when I was in St. Joe, Missouri. Stopped at a little antique shop somewhere up there. And anyway, there's that. And of course I used the paper doll and put a couple of wings on her. Or a little set of wings. And then here is just another little collage. This also is from one of my mail art collages. And I got a new stamp. This is a really fun stamp right here. I may have showed you already that Big O stamp, but I have been loving it. I found it here in the in town at one of the antique shops. I love it, love it, love it. Here is just another collage. This is probably another one that I have taken off something that was made during the alphabet challenge. And then I have just collaged up here some more of that mica sheet there. Just love it. This is Your Creative Studio. This is out of another box, another time. Right there. And then your journal will start on this back side now because we went through the front. And this is just a pocket. I didn't put anything in it, but it is a pocket that'll hold something. And here is the little, I believe this is the 1.5 inch coin holder that has the 1.5 inch size hole there. Here's some more little Your Creative Studio flowers there, and the little fern behind it is one of the vellum postage stamps there. I kind of left it sticking out. You can see it here and here, but that's from the September Your Creative Studio box. Here I just kind of left that so that it had this on the side when that was closed. That little bit of collage there. Here's a little guy with some little crocheted wings and his dog. Little paper doll. And let's see, here is just some journaling pages here. Just did a kind of a little paper ruffle there and tacked it on. And then here is one of the things that I had made during the alphabet challenge. This is actually just a vintage computer time card. I still have these in the shop. And I just decorated it, and on the inside you can journal. It actually just flaps over the page. This was just a fun project. These are vintage photo corners there. They were a lot of fun to play with. And so that just clips on the top of the page there. And then here is another little paper ruffle with a little fancy stitch and the little paper dolls with some wings there. And then this was kind of fun. I was going to do this 2 different ways. This is just off an old vintage pack of postcards. I've had this a long time, and what I did is I just ripped it, the back off of it. Because it held several postcards is what it did. And so I was going to actually put a picture or a paper doll in here, and then I found this Tim Holtz little piece here, And I thought, well, I kind of like that because it's long. And so I went with that and kind of framed the flower there. This is from the Your Creative Studio box. This is out of the September box right here. This is one of the little dried flowers there, little fern. And just added some vintage lace down here. And I really liked this collage right here. Really, really enjoyed that. And then here is another one of the faded Grunge Sunflowers. I love those. Those are probably my favorite flowers so far to date. And then here is another one of the little postage, vellum postage pieces from the Your Creative Studio there. Added the little wings on the little paper doll, and then this is a piece of Holtz Ephemera here. The background was actually gifted to me several years ago. I'm still using those. They're just some trailways or railways pieces there. And then added a little botanical there. Here's another one of the little tea bags, altered tea bags there. It's kind of fun. Here's another just little collage. Thought this would make a good little journaling spot. And our little girl's got her little wings. And then here is just an empty ukulele string packaging. This is actually what it looked like. These are so cute, and that's the only reason why I bought them, because those were so stinking cute. But you can slip a little something in there, and that will be fun. So that is what that packaging looks like. It's just cute and kind of goes along with your piano paper anyway, since it is an instrument. Added another piece from the Your Creative Studio. And then here is a time card, just a vintage time card. This was part of my alphabet challenge as well. It just seemed a perfect fit to put in here and kind of use up those alphabet challenge pieces. I didn't get them all used, but I did use several. This was another one. It is another pocket here. And then here is another piece from the Your Creative Studio and one of the little coin holders there. I just kind of sprayed it with some coffee tea blend, and then we're back at the front. So anyway, guys, this is the fun little chunky journal. I love doing these. They're a little time consuming, but they are absolutely fun. And then I did make my little tie. It wasn't long enough, so I actually just kind of sewed the two little pieces together there for a little tie. And I have added tons of new things to the shop. If you get a chance, go over. I've added tags, and I've actually got some more coming in, so by the time this video gets up, I may have already got them in there. But I'm adding, boy, lots of tags. I have these fun ones that are going to be absolutely really fun for Christmas. I had ordered some time back. I think it's been a couple years ago, actually. Or it might have been last Christmas, because I loved these red and green repair tags. Well, I found some, and so I have ordered, I just ordered a box of them. And so these are going to be great for Christmas because they are already in the red and green. Of course, I will be staining them. I don't have any stained yet, but I will be staining these. But those are just fun, fun, fun. So that is something new to the shop. I've added some new repair envelopes. These are fun. These are, I've actually already went and stained a few of these because I plan on using them. So this is how well they stain up. They're kind of a thinner paper for these envelopes. I had carried some craft ones. I don't know, it's been a year or two. And they were pretty thick, but now these are really thin. But they're going to be a fun envelope to play with. Like I said, this is what they look like, but they can stain really nice. And those are new to the shop, and then the Grunge Sunflowers. And more tags. I got some layaway tags back in there. And I don't know. I've just added several things. So you will just have to go over and check out the new things in the shop. But anyway, I hope you enjoyed the journal. Just a fun little way to use some of those pieces from the Your Creative Studio box. And I will catch you all in the next video. Have a great day.